Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch something from my previous channel. This is called Scarecrows. Let's check it out. So we have some thieves who stole from Camp Pendleton $3 million. So one of the thieves double crosses his buddies, steals the money, and jumps out of the plane. The plane is being piloted by a man and his daughter. They were kidnapped and forced. So here's Bert, the double-crossing criminal. He landed in a cornfield next to a graveyard and a bunch of scarecrows, too. The other guys are trying to find Bert now.
Full throttle. Picked up the money. He's getting away. You're pathetic. Out of your face around the cockpit or what? There he is. Swing around again. Swing around again.
So one of the thieves is watching from the air.
A half-mile west of the house.
We're almost there. Smell it. He's toast.
No. Leave him alive. There's a bullet through his head. It's mine.
So these guys are now chasing Bert, who is dragging the money with him. And apparently dropping some.
Orders keep coming, Bert. You're heading right. I don't even have to move. Over here, Bert.
And then Bert meets another scarecrow. This one's a little different, though.
Scarecrows are
Well, they find like a bag in the tree, and when they cut it open, it's filled with blood. Was that left over from Bert? I don't know. And even though Bert got stabbed and presumably killed, he shows up at the house.
Fuck them up. Come on. Stop your bullshit games, man. Break the fuck up.
But now they discover Bert's not quite himself. Found the money. Bert is some sort of zombie at this point. They discover that his body was like light as a feather.
There's nothing in him except straw. Bingo.
The money. He ate the goddamn money.
The pilot's daughter finds her dad. He's been gutted just like the other guy.
He must have been in a tree or something. The wind blew it down.
They find some of the money.
Like that off the tree. Must have got caught in an air current or wind or something.
Let's get it.
Get the hell out of here.
That guy who just got knocked out, he's now being cut. This guy's next.
He's just gonna pick us off one by one, that's all. Just like those crows on that fucking fence, huh? Well, you do whatever you want to do. I ain't going out there again, no fucking way.
Well, there's some internal strife between the group then, and they separate. The lady runs into one and gets a pitchfork in the arm. And we got 2 survivors left, the girl and one of the guys, and they're trying to get to the airplane. Apparently she can pilot the plane too, even though her dad is dead. Back at that shack, Bert's head is still with us.
Well, who is it?
Then another guy pays him a visit.
Hey, Paco. It's me. Hey, Curry. How are we gonna live in Mexico? We're dead.
So anyway, one of the thieves and the girl take off in the airplane, but the girl's dad has become a zombie. Who then sneaks up and stabs his daughter. But the other guy plays hero, grabs a grenade, grabs dad. And the puppy licks up the remains.
Afterwards, the SWAT team was able to move into the cockpit where they found the pilot's daughter strapped into her father's seat. Apparently, the girl had piloted the plane all night in a state of extreme shock. Police and federal agents found no trace of the stolen money or...
All right, let's talk about this movie, Scarecrows. This is a movie that I think I rented this and copied this. I rented it from a place called Vid Video in Two Rivers, Wisconsin, back in late 1989, maybe something like that. I don't remember if I watched it at that time or not. Maybe I think I did. Saw it again in the 90s, and then I saw it a couple more times, I think, since then. Because I always thought this movie was kind of like a hidden gem. One of those films that just showed up on video store shelves back in the 80s. Like, you know, the horror movies were a dime a dozen back then. But this one, you know, a lot of that stuff was shit too. But this one was actually pretty darn good. And it looks like it's a cast of virtually nobody, people who did very little else other than this, if anything else. It was clearly must have been a low budget film, small cast, but they did a hell of a job, I thought, just creating the mood here. What we have is a bunch of thieves who stole money from Camp Pendleton, I guess. Although I think that's in Virginia, and they're somewhere near the Mexican border. But anyway, they stole like $3 million. And they took off on a plane, and they're trying to get to Mexico to live their lives, I guess. There's maybe 6 or 7 of these guys. Well, one of the main bad guys double crosses his team there and takes the money and jumps out with a parachute. So then next thing you know, they need to land the plane to go after this guy. Now, the pilot and the pilot's daughter are there. They're not part of this group. They were basically kidnapped and forced to fly these people. So anyway, they force them to land, and they end up landing near this cornfield, which is like a graveyard nearby. And there's a bunch of scarecrows out in this field. What they don't know is that the scarecrows come to life and start killing them one by one. In fact, at some point, after you've been dead, you kind of come back like a zombie-like. There's this old rickety house in there, this shack, and there's evidence of like black magic and stuff that was going on. So that obviously must be tied to why the scarecrows are coming to life. The entire film takes place over the course of one night, so it's dark the whole damn film. But anyway, the scarecrows basically kill off one after the next, after the next, after the next. They kill the girl's father. Eventually, the girl is left with one of the thieves, and the two of them realize there's a problem here, so they're like, we got to get the hell out of here. So they kind of team up, try to get back to the airplane, which they do, and they end up taking off. Everybody else back on the ground is dead at this point. The money's lost. But on the plane, the girl's father, who had been killed, came back to life as a zombie, stabs his daughter in the arm. The one guy who was up with her took a grenade and grabbed the dad zombie and blew themselves up, and that was it. And then we hear on the movie ends, but we hear the radio playing that the plane landed, and this girl who's kind of in a trance was the pilot. They're trying to figure out what was going on, but the money's been lost, and that's how our movie ends. So anyway, that's Scarecrows. Like I said, it's a really cool film. There's some definitely creepy stuff going on in this film. The Scarecrows are creepy as hell. They really are. Well done. No nudity. Some decent damn gore for a low-budget film. There's a decapitation. There's some slicing of body parts. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. So yeah. Anyway, Scream Factory put this out a few years back. And you should definitely pick this one up. This is a very, very good film. Highly recommended. So check it out. Leave some comments. I'll leave a link to Amazon to buy this if you're looking to buy it. And you should. Click that link and get it. And then leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Scarecrows. Watch it. Bye.